Happy Women's Day to all my strong and beautiful women who present here in this event. Celebrating women, whether professionally or personally, is a sense of commitment to each and every woman in one's life. International Women's Day is all about valuing oneself and realizing one's full potential. Aside from that, need to summon the fortitude to overcome all the obstacles in all areas of life to achieve a significant progress. One such woman is Anushka, who joined us today in this event. Anushka is a management graduate from New Delhi. She has started taking care of farming activities from year 2019. She has attended many farmer trades in New Delhi during her studies, where she has developed the interest in farming. Quinoa and wheat are her focus crops. A B2C startup in her hometown with the name of 3-1 Farm, as the mandis were not available nearby. She faced lots of challenges but ever seen back. So now I would like to invite Anushka Neyol to tell more about her journey.
Hi, I'm really delighted to be speaking to people at Yara India today on the occasion of Women's Day. So my name is Anushka Neyol and I belong to this village called Khatwa under Fazilka district. My family has been into farming for 7 generations here. I already had my roots in agriculture. It's just that I never pursued it professionally. While moving back to the village during the pandemic, which is around 1.5 years ago, I had this whole major lifestyle change and I was suffering from these chronic allergies in Delhi, which went really, really down. So that got me thinking, and I started to observe a lot of problems in the way agriculture was happening around me, and that is how I sort of chose to take a dive into agriculture. Well, the challenges are ever so present till the date, and I do not think in near future we'll be able to get over them. It's just that you can manage them somehow. At the farm level, there is the challenge of uh, not having skilled labor, not having enough technological equipments available at an affordable rate that farmers can use to for the betterment of their crops and soil. The third problem is about lack or rather I would say not a regular supply of irrigation water. Yes, that is a bit shocking, but we just got irrigation water after 50 days now. So in such conditions, farmers are forced to turn on their tube wells, burn the expensive diesel, and then at the same time deplete the groundwater level. So yeah, irrigation water is like one of the major ones. And then apart from that, at the farm level, the biggest one is information asymmetry. Farmers really do not know much about the kind of seeds that they're putting in their soil, and the inputs related to your micronutrients, your macronutrients, your fertilizers, pesticides, all of those things. So there's not enough education around those aspects. So that is just the back end of the supply chain. The front end of the supply chain, where we're facing the consumers, the supply chain is broken, as in for example, if you talk about quinoa, so there are not enough cold storage facilities, there are not enough cold reefers that can take the quinoa to far away marketplaces. So that is there. When you talk about wheat, so there is no quality management system that is in place. So you can grow really bad wheat and you can grow really good wheat, but the government will procure both at the same price in the same manner. So those systems and processes are not in place, which sort of makes it good farmers. Makes it difficult for good farmers to fetch better prices for their produce. What we're doing now is focusing on building a network of scientific people around us, so to speak. We are connected to Citrus Estate Abohar, PAU Ludhiana, IISS, which is Indian Institute of Soil Sciences, Bhopal, and at the same time taking the guidance from certain agronomists in the private sector as well. Doing everything scientifically while keeping the effects of climate change in mind, and trying to rejuvenate our soil, not just ours, just the whole entire region of Punjab needs that. So yeah, that is what we are trying to do. It's not something that can happen in a season. It's a process, and rather a long process of 3 to 5 years when you really come to think about the practical aspects of it. So that is one thing. About other way that we've tried to overcome the challenges really are connect directly with the consumer. So we have our own brand. It's called 31 Farms, where we directly sell our wheat flour and other produce directly to the consumers in faraway places in India. Well, in terms of technology, I would say we are still far behind, but we do keep a tab on the weather using multiple apps. Like your SkyMed, and then on Twitter there are a few weathermen who continuously keep putting updates about the weather, the way it's going to be, the forecast for the coming days, weeks, and months. So that is where we make the use of technology. To be honest, at farm level, the technology is really about biotechnology. Personally, when that's my take. If you are able to just build a system where you're using the right products, the right bio products which are not causing harm to your soil, I think that could be something that will be really helpful in long run for the sustainability and longevity of the health of our soil. So yeah, so that is the new products. And at the same time, like we've started using bioenzymes, we've set up our own vermicompost setup, we are looking into green manuring and certain things that if we cannot provide by organic waste to our soil, then definitely we are looking to inorganic fertilizers as well. Yeah. Well, I'm a big believer of technology. That's how I, to be honest, have learned whatever I've learned in past 1.5 years. So yeah, and while reading about what affects the protein content of your wheat, I found out this video about Yara, and that's how I sort of even read about the company. There are other apps like, as I mentioned earlier, which are put in these different segments of the supply chain, the front end and the back end. So some are there which are consolidating all these players in the market, selling whatever kind of products to the farmers. So that's the marketplace bit. Then there are some which are just focusing on logistics part of it. There are some which are directly procuring from the farmers, doing contract farming and directly selling B2B to places like Reliance, Big Basket, and so on. So yeah, I am a big believer of technology and anything that it enables to better the lives of our farmers. Having said that, I would say the focus of whatever the technology is doing and everything that's happening, the education is really, really important. So farmers need to reach out to their state universities or the local scientists who are there, the agronomists who are there, to educate themselves on what is sustainable and what is not. They need to look really, really long term, because climate change is very, very real, and we see the effects of it every season now. As of now, we've been buying all our products, so to say, inputs for our farms directly from our commission agent slash Arthia. But this is a trait that I have observed, that no one company has the products to deal with end-to-end needs of a farmer. And then there comes this whole aspect of misinformation or information asymmetry. So whatever is readily available to the commission agents via their wholesalers, distributors, that is what given to the farmers. For example, let's say I ask for a micronutrient, which is zinc. What would you give me? I make a call, and probably they would send me whatever is available, let's say a chelated zinc. But what if zinc sulfate was better, or zinc oxide was better, or zinc chloride was better? So that is the kind of information that is not available to the farmers. And even if it is, they're probably not that educated, talking about at a massive scale to sort of figure out which one is the best. So yeah, definitely connect to your universities for that. Well, in terms of selling outputs, we've been selling our keynotes directly to the contractors. We've been selling wheat to the mandi as well as to our consumers directly via our brand. So that is what we've been doing. Well, the expectations are that they should probably do some joint exercises or put some joint efforts with these government universities and put out this whole education drive where uh, the farmers should really, really know the condition of their soil, the condition of their trees, plants through all soil and leaf analysis, and basis that, keeping climate change in mind, keeping all of the environmental factors in mind, that one should really focus on agriculture. And make all those decisions. So I would really sort of urge anybody who's in here for the long term to sort of educate the farmers rather than trying to sell them things for one season or two seasons, because eventually the we are a mistrust society, so farmers are going to stop trusting every good player also who's out there, and it's like a lose-lose game theory situation for everyone. Well, my message is not just for women, it's for every men and women out there that, okay, educate yourself, do not waste your time. And that is the only way that you're going to do justice to your land. And agriculture, I have realized, is one of the most scientific professions out there. So if you're not keeping up with the science, you're not keeping up with the climate change, which is very, very real. Just do not get into it. Do not take that responsibility. Having said that, you always should think of it from a spiritual perspective as well. You have to strike the balance, because if you do not have that connection with your land, you do not feel like you owe it to your future generations, then it's like a troublesome thing, because farming requires a lot of patience. It helps you to build a lot of virtues as well. So that is the approach one should take. And they're already doing it in many places in the world. Permaculture, agroecology, these are the words which are not just floating around. People are actually practicing them in Australia, in Europe. So you should probably look that up, how you can do the same things at your farm. Build closed loops. That what that really means is that elements or whatever byproducts from one part of the system are the inputs for other part of the system. So yeah, build closed loops, practice permaculture if you can, or just go as close to it as you can. And second, so the message for women in all professional fields is that be assertive, go for what you want, and let patriarchy and gender discrimination not discourage you. It's hard, but you will definitely get there. So yeah, that's my message for everyone. Thanks so much.
I strongly believe educate yourself. This is really very important. Thank you so much, Anushka, for taking out time for us and your insights. We love to hear a considerate woman talk. Thank you once again and a very happy International Women's Day.